It's recording now. Oh, you have a pod?
So we have, this was actually printed last Monday at the DRS. He's got 3D printers down there. That's pretty cool. You ready? You ready? Got it? Okay, pass it around.
What is it made out of?
It's plastic. Okay, so if you look in here, this is a 3D printer. We're going to, I'm actually printing out a tape dispenser right now.
How long does it normally take?
This tape dispenser takes about an hour and a half to print. It's made out of plastic. These rolls here that go into it are it's just plastic, okay, and it melts. It goes up around into these things right here. These are called extruders, and they extrude the plastic. They get hot, they melt the plastic, so it comes out looking like this. Okay, and this thing will start moving. Okay, times that. Oh, that's why. That's why nothing's happening. Okay, so I may have ruined it. I might have ruined it putting it in a thing. All the files are on a zip drive. Okay, so when we put it in here, hopefully I didn't ruin that. There's a tape dispenser. Okay, and I need to pause this because I need to get that old one off. So right now it's just heating up. It's just heating up because it's got to get hot enough to melt the plastic. So it's heating up. I started one yesterday and I messed up the file, so I've got to take it off. Boom. Okay. So I stopped this about an eighth of the way of it being done. What happens is this thing will start moving and slowly this table will go down. Okay. So you start out, this is why I have this. You start out with this is like just starting. This is about 15 minutes in. You can see it start building up. Okay. Maybe half an hour in, it's building up even more. 2/3 of the way done, it's built up even more till finally you got the finished product. Okay, so this one's crappy, but that's the way it works. It works on XYZ axis, meaning up, down, back and forth, side to side. Okay, so and you can get some really intricate stuff. Again, right now it's heating up. It'll start once it's heated up. It will start doing its thing. There's all kinds of things you can do with it. I got this one at a conference I had been wanting. Now, it didn't print out like this. These are all separate pieces. They had to put the string in and hook it all together. But it was designed, and you can do it. And if you pull these strings a certain way, it'll do something. Do not walk off with my hand. Someone tried to walk off with my hand, and I had to tackle him out on the.
Tackle?
I had to tackle him out on the breezeway. No. All right. So we can do a lot of things. We make a lot of prototypes, so we can, do things like, bonehead. Get it? I'm sorry. There's those jokes here. You didn't get it, did you? Okay. I'm too fast for you. All right. So and something like this, when you're printing something like this, that's kind of like wackadoo, it'll print this thing out. It's called a raft, and it'll print this first, so this has something to print on, because you can't print it on a flat surface. All right, so it makes this thing called a raft. So, hey,
I was trying to see what you was talking about when you was like pulling a certain way.
okay. When I went to the career fair, which I encouraged you all to do for extra credit, but I don't think anybody took advantage of it.
That happened earlier this year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was all over the group me.
I didn't see that.
I went. I didn't see them moving, but I went.
Well, did you turn it in for extra credit? There, I got one of these things. I saw them in the store. I thought they were stupid, but I can't put the damn thing down, you know. I'm always fooling with it. So Dr. Stewart, if you don't know Dr. Stewart, but she's like, oh, well, my fifth graders at Deer Lake Middle School, their teacher's printing them out on a 3D printer. Well, oh yeah, okay. So I called Alex down at the DRS, he could print me out a whatever these things are, figure things, you know.
Does the print one work?
Yeah.
Or is it
Yeah.
as effective as the?
It's not as effective, but it's got its own like ball bearings inside of it, all printed in the 3D printer. You know, so it's actually pretty cool.
Also, it works at
All right, we can use different types of materials. This is more porous and flexible. It's not hard like that hard plastic. They actually use 3D printers for a lot of stuff in medical stuff. They're actually printing out skin for burn victims, for skin grafts, yes. They're printing out different food type stuff. I was on a grant with my friends over in mechanical engineering. We wrote a grant for a thing called Mars. Asked me too fast. Mars World or something like that, of how we're going to colonize Mars, all right? And we got into 4D printing. 4D printing. So 4D printing is 3D printing, but just using live organic materials, okay, to print out different foods and different types of things. So it's, again, it's got to do with medical stuff too, so that's really cool. You can print out, novelty stuff, la 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 la. Okay, you got to put these back now. Tools, I mean, these are actual tools because it's a ratchet wrench. Okay, and it actually works. Okay, prototypes. These things in the industry are really good for prototyping. So this is some type of, I don't know, something for an engine, I guess. I don't know, So, this is prototyped, and, engineers do, this is what engineers do, they can prototype stuff, yeah.
So you can like put a color in there and it'll
Yeah,
like
so this is a 2-color one. It's got black and white in it. Black plastic and white plastic. I'm hoping this thing will start here pretty soon. Why it's not working. So it's going to start printing now, and it's going through its paces. It's actually getting rid of some excess stuff, and that is now heating up. So while it's heating up, let's take a look at the big board because students ask me all the time, what's a
I know it's a lot of.
You can buy one right now at where?
Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon. Where else? Buy one right now in Tallahassee.
That's fine. Can you?
It's open 24 hours a day, 365. Walmart. I'm sorry. So if I go to Walmart, do the screen. Yeah. So Walmart, $179, $174. It's a cheapy one. It's a cheapy one color one.
might go get it.
I mean, it's not gonna be
Oh,
as educated as this.
Yeah.
I wanna print my
Right.
head.
But it's, you know, you can print out cool stuff.
Can you,
So what you gonna do? Something about it? You gotta learn how to do it.
No, because here's the thing, guys. Where do these things come from? Where do all these designs come from? Well, someone's got to design them. All right? You don't have to as teachers, although I'm I got one teacher, but you don't have to design them as teachers because there's places you can go to download files for free, put them on the jump drive, and go. And we're just gonna, that's the last thing we're gonna do is look at a couple places. All right? Two of the places I like to go to, one is NASA. Yeah.
So like, is it the ink you gotta buy the ink to refill it, right? Or it automatically just
No, you have to buy the spools. They're like spools of plastic. When you come up and look, you can see they're like little spools of plastic. So,
Okay.
so if I go to NASA 3D files, there's all kinds of 3D models that I can get for free. So when I click on here, they've got all kinds of stuff like satellites, space suits, all these things. Apollo lunar module. If I want to print that out, I can print it out. It's a zip file. I just click on it and boom. All the stuff's there for me to print, and it's got stuff for different types of computers, different types of machines. The other one I can go to is that I like is the Smithsonian Institute. 3D models. Okay, so, whoop, come here, man. I want files.
Is that that?
Yeah.
That's what that smell is?
That'll be really weird. Only my head.
Now it smells like nasty.
There we go.
But I know it's probably that.
You said what? In my head?
Now this site's really cool because it'll show you stuff, and not only that you can print out in 3D, but it'll actually, you can look at it in 3D. I have no idea what this thing is, but, you know, and you can really find some really crazy stuff on here. If you're talking about fossils, or you're talking about some types of other artifacts, there's all kinds of stuff on here. So, you know, if I'm doing something on the crown of Bodhisattva, you know, I can like look at it, and then I can actually download the files to print this out. Okay, for free. And there's all kinds of like free
Okay,
3D printer files. There's all kinds of sites here to get anything you want. Just about anything you can think of to print. Okay, you know, not anything, but within reason, please. Okay, so there's just tons of stuff for you to look at and to print for free. All right, so that's it. You can shut it off. Thank you for playing.